What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video of the Point After Podcast. Here today discussing Ohio State's first true test of the season going to Penn State in Happy Valley. I'm expecting this game to be a little bit closer than people anticipate. The spread's at 15. I kind of like that spread at 15 just because these 11 a.m. favorite road team, when the road team is the favorite, big noon kickoffs, Big Ten games, just in general, normally are pretty close. You don't really see that many blowouts involved. You can look at Ohio State, Iowa from last week. I think that's a fluke. I mean, Iowa just sucks. You know what I mean? Like, Iowa's not good. Iowa's not a good football team at all. Probably one of the worst in college football this year. It's the first true road test for Ohio State. It's the first true test for Ohio State's defense. Yes, they went on the road to Michigan State, but, I mean, Michigan State's 3-4. Like, Michigan State's really not that good either. I just did a Michigan versus Michigan State preview video. Michigan State's not good, okay? Penn State's a good football team. They have a good road win against Auburn, who I know Auburn isn't great, but going on the road to Auburn is a different story where you dominated that game. You beat a very good Minnesota team. Now, I know Minnesota was playing without their starting quarterback. I think that just impacted how many points Minnesota scored, not impacted Penn State's performance. You beat Northwestern and Central Michigan, and then you do have that one tough loss to Michigan. But I think that was kind of a eye-opener game for Penn State. No one's going to run for over 400 yards against Penn State again this season. I don't think Ohio State's going to try to do that. I think Ohio State has too many weapons on the outside to not get them involved in the football game. I mean, Stroud's thrown the ball for 190 times through 7 games. So that's like, 25 attempts per game, basically. I don't expect that to change. Sean Clifford, same way, 187 attempts through 7 games. I think Sean Clifford played one of the best games I've seen him play last week. 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. They did not score at all in the first quarter, and then they kind of turned it on. Their first touchdown came in the second quarter with 9 minutes left. So they scored all their points basically from that moment on. Penn State's putting up 33 points per game. They're limiting their opponents to 19. Ohio State limited their opponents to 15. If you want to say neither team's played anybody, well, their schedules are about even, honestly, outside of that Penn State-Michigan game. Yards are both pretty impressive for both teams. Offensive rankings for Ohio State, you're top 20 in every category except for points somehow. Defensive rank for Penn State, you're pretty spread out, but you're looking pretty good. Offensively for Penn State, pretty much the same. If you can just convert on third downs, you're 98th in third down conversions this year. If you can get that number up and keep Ohio State's offense off the field, I like your chances to win this game. Defensively for Ohio State, you're 119th in the red zone. So keep Penn State out of the red zone, you may be okay. Penn State's 5th in red zone efficiency. Third down conversion, Ohio State defense, you're ranked 2nd. That's going to be the key to this game. It's Ohio State third down defense versus Penn State third down offense. Whoever wins third down, obviously, I know it's cliche to say, but truly, that's what games come down to. Look at Texas versus Oklahoma State last week. Absolutely atrocious on third down. Gave up a lead, came back and lost that game. So, turnovers are pretty much even. Yards per play, Penn State's ranking 41st. Ohio State's ranked 5th defensively. So, it's going to be a very good football game. I think the key to victory for both of these teams are, if you're Ohio State, you've got to be able to score points and kind of score quick. You need to get the crowd out of it. You got to get Penn State feeling bad, like, damn, here we go again. This is just like the Michigan game. Ohio State needs to run all over Penn State. You've got to demoralize them. You've got to get them out of the game, because if you let teams hang around, that's when upsets happen, when you play bad football, when you start slow, when you give that other team hope, that's when you're going to be upset. If you come out and you're up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, Penn State may lay down. They might, because they only have to get up for about 3 or 4 games each season, and this is one of those 3 or 4 games, okay? So take Penn State out of it. win third down. If you're Penn State, you got to win third down. You got to keep Ohio State's electrifying offense off the field. And if you're Ohio State, you got to get them back on. So winning third downs would be absolutely huge here. And then just find a way to impress people if you're Ohio State. And if you're Penn State, find a way to show people that Michigan was a fluke game, that that's not really who you are. This is who we are. And I want to say Michigan, have they had a bye week yet? I think they have. Yes. Okay, so they had a bye. Ohio State's 2 weeks removed from a bye. So both teams should be pretty well rested. Both teams should be relatively healthy. I don't think Penn State had a lot of injuries against Minnesota and Michigan. So could be a pretty good game on Saturday. That is an 11 a.m. kickoff, which is atrocious, but it is what it is. I think this should have got the nightcap instead of Michigan State. But nonetheless, thank you guys for tuning into the video. Let me know your score prediction in the comment below. I'm going to go 37. I'm going to go 37-24 Ohio State. I think Ohio State gets it done. I think Penn State covers. We'll go with that. 37-24 Ohio State wins. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 300. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're a Big Ten fan, go check out that Michigan State video. If not, I'll see you guys next Monday.